And my mic isn't on. Now it's on. Sorry. Thank you, Rachel. Okay, so we are talking about a first alert weather day today because of that chance for additional storms later this afternoon. Obviously, we've already had some heavy rain, the first time that we've really had heavy rain in a while. I actually kind of tabulated those numbers. Just want to make sure that all these lives are working. It seems they are. That's good. Okay, great. So August 28th was the last time before today that we had what I would call somewhat significant rain. It was only 0.18 of an inch. In September, our rainiest day, again, this is before today, our rainiest day was the 6th. If you remember, that was a Friday. We had 7/100ths of an inch of rain. We're at a deficit of about 2¼ inches of rain. So far today, we picked up about 1/2 inch of rain across much of the region, between about 4 and 5/10 of an inch, but we're not done yet. So this is going to be a significant rainfall. This is going to help the drought. It's just not going to be that type of situation that erases the drought. I mean, this is going to take a long time before we really see a dent in those drought conditions across the area. Pardon me. Okay, so yes, we did get some rain. We got some much needed rain, but we need a lot more is kind of the bottom line there. And we will see additional rainfall as we head into the afternoon and evening hours. We will time those out for you as well. Okay, obviously outside right now, cloudy skies, kind of overcast all across the region. For the most part on radar, we are dry, especially compared to what we did see earlier with those thunderstorms. Of course, no severe weather, but heavy rain in many spots, slowing down traffic, that kind of thing. We do have a few of these scattered showers if we kind of zoom in to Mason, Lewis counties as well. The other thing to point out is, and I'll show you this graphic here coming up in just a bit, but those areas actually have an increased threat for severe storms later today, Mason, Lewis, Robertson counties, because as storms kind of continue to move in later today, those areas have a greater chance to see the stronger storms. Could even see a little bit of sunshine breakout later today, and that could lead to that greater storm threat. Taking a look at kind of the wider view here and showing those additional storms that will be headed our way. And so again, this is another reason why those areas are included in a higher threat for severe storms, because if you follow kind of where those storms are now, that's where they're going to move. That's where they could be stronger at least. I think for many of us, we miss out on any kind of significant storm chances, but again, kind of any rain is much needed at this point and much appreciated for sure. Of course, just a reminder of the drought monitor. Now, interestingly enough, this comes out every Thursday. That's when it's updated. However, it takes data from, I believe it cuts off today. So we'll have to see how the rain that we got today and the little bit of rain that we got yesterday, if that is factored into the drought monitor, because again, it takes a little bit of time to kind of tabulate that information. So it may not include all of the rain that we get today, but we should see maybe minor improvements in some of these locations. I don't think it's going to be major, but yes, we could see some of those minor improvements. Let's look at some of the local airports, how much rain we have seen today. I got powder all over this desk. I'm going to have to clean that before I leave. Okay, so here are the rainfall totals so far today. And again, we're not done yet. Some of these areas that are reading 0, I imagine that they just have not put those totals in yet. This is just gathering from the local airports, and sometimes they don't put them in hourly, or sometimes it's even every so many minutes. So I don't think anybody saw nothing today. I think everybody got some much needed rain. But these are the totals. This is again since midnight. 5,200ths at CVG, 5,400ths in Harrison, Lunken a little shy of 1/2 inch, Hamilton more than 1/2 inch. Wilmington a little over 1/2 inch as well. So definitely much needed rain. For sure saw heavier rain further to the south, but everybody got some beneficial rain. Okay, so this is now officially Tropical Storm Helene. And if you've heard, not only is this going to have a major impact in Florida, actually let me pull up what the National Hurricane Center is saying about Helene. Okay, so it will be a hurricane when it reaches the far northwestern Caribbean Sea early tomorrow. Tropical storms conditions are expected over portions of western Cuba, the Yucatan Peninsula. It is going to rapidly intensify. It's moving over very warm waters and will become a major hurricane. So major hurricane means Category 3 or higher. So once it reaches that Category 3 status, we declare it a major hurricane, and it is expected to be Category 3 at least as it makes landfall in Florida on Thursday. That's the track of the storm right now. So you'll see that here right now. It is a tropical storm, sustained winds at 45 miles per hour. It continues to strengthen because here's the deal. It's just going to have lots of warm water to deal with. I mean, look at this. It has hundreds of miles of warm water that it can continue to strengthen. There's no land masses there, so nothing to shred it apart, nothing to weaken it. So that's why it is expected to become a major hurricane as it makes landfall there sometime on Thursday. So here's where it's looking like right now. So the city that comes up there is Perry, Florida, but I know a lot of folks are familiar with this area. You know, Destin will have an impact there, parts of Panama City, west of Cedar Key, as you see there. You know, these are really the entire western coast of Florida is going to have some sort of an impact, even if it doesn't make landfall there. It's going to be some very heavy rain, very strong winds. Storm surge is going to be a big problem, and even into parts of, say, Alabama, even parts of Louisiana and Mississippi. Also seeing an impact as well. Then it weakens to a tropical storm over top of Atlanta, brings some very heavy rain there, and then eventually brings the remnants to the Cincinnati area sometime this weekend. Now, when I show you the forecast model for rainfall, you'll notice that we actually, even though it says Saturday morning, the center of it will be to our northwest, we actually really start to see the rain Friday, and I think Friday is the higher impact day for us. As a matter of fact, Friday is likely to become a first alert weather day. I was talking about it with the morning weather folks earlier today, and we do think that will happen. Ethan Emery's on vacation this week, so haven't talked to him about it, but we'll talk to Steve later today. But I think Friday is going to be the biggest impact, and that could bring us the heaviest rain, perhaps the gusty winds as well. But yeah, if you have plans this weekend, looks like Friday more impactful. Saturday, still a few showers, but definitely seeing some much needed rain. And that's the thing. I know it's a busy weekend again here in the Tri-State coming up this weekend. As a matter of fact, I'm working on a story today about an event that's happening outside on Saturday. There's a Kroger Wellness Festival Friday and Saturday. And so the FCC is in town on Saturday. The timing is not ideal, I know that, but we need the rain. Everybody needs the rain, so we have to look at this as a positive thing and just kind of adjust those plans. You know, it's Tuesday. If you have plans Friday or Saturday, maybe start to think about adjusting them at this time. 72 right now at CVG. It's muggy out there. It's very humid because of all the moisture in the air. 74 in Hamilton, 73 at Lunken, 72 in Lebanon. And again, talking about that humidity, that dew point's at 69 degrees. For some reason, the sunset's not coming up, but it's around 7:30. This evening. Winds out of the south around 10 miles per hour, but again, very humid out there. So let's look at what's going to be happening later this afternoon. We do have that marginal threat for severe storms across the entire region, with Mason, Lewis, and Robertson County in a slight risk. That's a higher threat. So between about 1 p.m. and 5 p.m. is going to be the greatest threat window for those storms. Here's 3:30. Many of us seeing those storms slicing through the central portions of the viewing area. They're out of here quickly, out of here by sunset, and then just spotty showers, maybe a lingering rumble of thunder, but nothing significant into tomorrow. Most of the rain stays off to our east. Thursday right now looks to be mainly dry until Thursday evening into Friday. Again, that's the remnants of Helene, and I'll look at that in more detail here coming up in just a bit, but just wanted to talk about those storm chances today. It's from 1 to 5 p.m. where we could have some stronger storms rolling into the region. The greater threat for those stronger to even severe storms is going to be to our southeast, but it does include, again, it even includes southern Adams County. I actually left that out earlier. But it does include all of Lewis County, southern Mason County, southern Robertson County, and the southeastern corner of Adams County. And then obviously further to the southeast, it does include Lexington. So if you're traveling today, just keep that in mind. Okay, let's look at, we're going to look at rainfall totals all the way through the weekend. So this is from Helene, most of this. It's anything that we get from now through Sunday. So it does include the storms this afternoon, and then a lot of that rain Thursday and Friday from Helene. You're looking at 1 to 2 inches of rain, beneficial rain, a soaking rain. This is good. The timing's not ideal, but this is good for, what we need around the entire area. Okay, this will show you kind of the track of Helene. So we get rid of the rain today. Then we're talking about showers and storms starting to move into the area from kind of the northern side of Helene as early as Thursday evening, but really impacting the area Friday off and on throughout much of the day Friday. This is going to be a soaking rain. This is one of those days where, we oftentimes say, oh, it's not a total washout. This could be a total washout on Friday because you're looking at very heavy rain throughout much of the day. By Saturday, watch what happens here. If you have outdoor plans on Saturday, the storm system starts to move to the west. By Saturday morning, 8:30 in the morning, most of it is west of the tri-state. What happens then is that eventually the system that moves from east to west with the remnants of Helene, it has to eventually move east. So it will do that on Sunday. And so we continue to see additional showers into the area on Sunday, continuing into Sunday evening as well. And then Monday, maybe just a spotty shower. Doesn't look like a big deal early next week. So Friday's kind of that biggest impact day, likely to become a first alert weather day here because of that chance for rain. I'm going to adjust this 7-day forecast too. So tune back in later on this afternoon. You'll see this adjustment. But today is that first alert weather day. Likely Friday will become a first alert weather day with the heavy rain from the remnants of Helene. We're looking at mostly dry conditions tomorrow. A spotty shower is possible, but that's it. Thursday, slight chance for showers late in the day. Notice the temperatures stay pretty consistent. Upper 70s, low 80s, not a big temperature range. As a matter of fact, 77 on the cool end, 82 on the high end. We see evening, actually, I'm going to change that. Yeah, we definitely need to adjust this. Let me do that right now, actually. But Friday is going to be all day showers, maybe even a rumble of thunder. That's just with the timing has changed with Helene. So, okay, so Thursday, let's do evening showers. Okay. And then Friday, we're going to do just 1 second and I'll update this. Yeah, we'll keep isolated in there on Saturday. Sunday, bring the chance back in. And then Monday and Tuesday, scattered or isolated at best. Okay, so there are the updates in a second. Did I update it? Should have updated. It looks like it did not. Let me see here. Yep. There we go. Okay, so heavy rain and thunder on Friday, isolated showers Saturday, then the rain moves back in Sunday evening. By the way, Bengals are not at home, but they're on Fox 19 now. They're in Carolina, but you can watch that game right here. And then scattered showers Monday and continuing into Tuesday. So again, Friday likely to be the biggest impact from those storm chances. So, and of course, it's going to impact those temperatures too. So let me see here. That's weird because, okay, wait. Sometimes this is also like taking it from a different source. So there we go. So if you're looking at weekend plans, I think Friday is probably going to be the biggest washout. Saturday is a better day. And then Sunday evening, that rain moves back in. We'll have to make adjustments, though, as we get closer. Tropical storms, tropical systems, tropical storms, hurricanes, very difficult to predict the timing because, again, we know it's going to strengthen over the Gulf because it's running into those warm ocean waters. The question is, how quickly will it continue to move as it strengthens? So sometimes the timing of all of that can change quite a bit. Okay. All right, let me look at some of these questions. Yeah, 1 to 5 o'clock today for sure. There is a chance for severe weather, but it's very small. And the greatest problem with those severe storms, or greatest threat, actually let me look at this, is going to be for damaging winds. There is a 2% tornado chance across kind of the southern southeastern portions of the viewing area. It does not include anybody in southeastern Indiana. It includes most of northern Kentucky and a large portion of southeastern Ohio. Georgetown, Ohio will see those storms this afternoon. I don't think we'll see severe weather from Helene. I think it's just going to be that really heavy rain. I think it'll weaken enough that we'll lose those severe components. It's just going to be the heavy rain. Yeah, it goes back to that saying, when it rains, it pours, literally. That is what's happening. Yesterday it was kind of like a light shower. I don't think it really, from what I could see, I didn't go down to the game, but from what I could see on TV, it looked like it didn't really dampen the spirits of those that were attending the Bengals game, but definitely saw a little bit of rain. I don't think it was enough to impact too many tailgates, though. People seem to be getting along just fine. All right, I want to look at a different model for today. Highland County is not included in the tornado chance, I don't believe, but the winds, they are about a 10 to 15% of stronger winds. Yes, there is another chance for storms from 1 to 5 o'clock this afternoon for everyone in the viewing area. It moves from west to east, though. Let's look at the timeline here. So right now this is overdoing the storms. We don't really see what it's showing right there. This is a different model than I showed earlier, but basically it does get the rough idea correct, which is that these are going to be these individualized cells that move through. Sorry, I went way too fast there. So you see that from 2 p.m., 3 p.m., 4 o'clock, still seeing those storms, in downtown Cincinnati, 5 to 6 p.m. This keeps it around a little longer, maybe as late as 8, 9 p.m. The other models get it out of here more quickly than that. So let's just say from 1 to 5 p.m. is kind of the focus, but some of those storms could linger a little bit longer than that. The other model you'll see is a little bit more conservative, or at least quicker, I guess, really is more, but the window is a lot smaller. 2 p.m., 3 p.m. until about 5 to 6 p.m. storms. By 7, they already dried us out with just a few lingering light showers into tomorrow. So basically today, the best thing that I can tell you is to keep an eye on radar, have a way to get those alerts, because we do have that chance for severe storms. Even though it's a small one, it only takes one stronger thunderstorm with some wind gusts to bring down a tree, maybe cause some power outages, that kind of thing. So yeah, that's my best advice to you, that yes, we have a chance for storms. That's why it's a first alert weather day, and there could be more heavy rain from, let's just say, anywhere from now, because I'm saying 1 p.m., let's say now, until about 6 p.m. The good news is during that time, we've got a lot of staffing here for meteorologists, so we'll be able to get that information out to you pretty quickly. We're on the air from 3 to 7 p.m., kind of the middle of that window, so we'll have you covered. So just stay up to date. And yeah, and we'll have all that covered for you here on Fox 19 now. Okay. People talking about snow. Well, Jeff's talking about snow. I shouldn't say people. It's just Jeff, singular person, talking about snow. I'm fine with waiting for that. Okay. Just wanted to look at Helene again. The other thing with Helene, with the timing, it could slow down significantly once it does reach kind of like inland, moving not just Florida, but further into Georgia, especially near the Atlanta area, which is expected to have still tropical storm force winds. By the time it gets to us, we could have wind gusts of 30 miles per hour, maybe even as high as 40, but we're not looking at anything that's going to cause damage from the winds. It's just that heavy rain that could be problematic. Okay, I need to... somebody just made a loud noise down the hallway. I need to update the website. I was in the process of doing that before I came on the air, but so I'm going to go do that and work on that story I told you about that's coming up this weekend. So that'll be on the news at 6, and of course we'll have you covered weather-wise throughout the entire afternoon. So make sure that you keep it tuned here, and just to have a way to get those alerts, because I do think that there could be a few of those warnings today. So make sure that you have a way to get those warnings. Keep an eye on radar as well. Of course, you can always do that on the First Alert Weather app too. Even if there's not storms, it will still show you where the lightning is, which of course is always important as well. Okay, guys, thank you so much for joining me. Thank you for making this so interactive. I always appreciate it when you have questions and we can actually answer them. It feels like we're providing you with an additional service. So I do appreciate that. All right, have a great day.